She break it down real, never play pretend. Take heed to the message, let's do the lens. Came from the source, she built from the stars. Turned on them L's and twist to Mars. Ain't here to preach, just here to relate. She never felt in the past, now she shifting the fate. Every slip was set up for her. Next vibes, not your poor truth with a joke on the side. No filth, no fluff, just soul in the mix. Every story got a gem, every bag got a fix. She went and wept from heartbreak jobs, from crying in the dark to crying in the rough. So if you watch it, man, open your ears, cause the realest lessons come wrapped in them tears. Take heed to the message, you gon' feel this vibe. Real talk, no love, just the truth and life. She been through the fire, like she seen that flame. Life through the pain, but she still got game. Everyday life with a twist and a grin. Tears, truth, jumps where the hill begin. She break it down real, never play and pretend. Take heed to the message, lessons through the lens. She say how it is, no shook, no mess. My thoughts to enough, but it's all last. It's like uncut with a side to grace. She a voice in your ear when the world's in your face. So laugh if you want, cry if you need. But one thing for sure, you gon' take it. Cause she been through the mess, now she blessed in the proud. With truth in the chest, and the head still proud.
So, good morning, everybody. Thank you for tuning into my channel called Take Heed to the Message with Abang Anwa. It just means queen. We have a heavy discussion today. So, check this out. Last night, I was talking about Carmelo Anthony last night. And there's some new stuff that was revealed to me on social media. And so I wanted us to discuss and talk about it. So I came up last night because it was heavy on my heart. A lot of lying on social media, a lot of propaganda on social media when it came to Carmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf, may his soul rest in peace. Now, the video that I played last night, I don't agree with everything that Charleston White does. But one thing about Charleston White, when he finds out the truth, he's going to come to social media, he's going to tell it. He's one of those, okay? Y'all understand Charleston White background. He's one of those. Okay, even if you don't like him, you can't stand him. He's one of those type of brothers that even when you don't want to hear the truth, he gives it to you. And a lot of y'all was upset that my live last night. But you know what? Let me share something with you. Truth is growth. Okay? Truth is growth. Even Take Heed sometimes need that truth as well. Okay? So now, good morning, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Let's get into the foolery. Stephen, how are you? Guys, as you come in, please hit that like button. If you have time, donate to the channel as well. The first foolery that we're going to get into this morning. The title of this nonsense is Modern Black Woman Destroys the Life of Her Daughter by Teaching Her Street Life. When I ran across this content of a young lady named Nova, I was like, let me see if this is really something. Okay? So I went and searched on YouTube and found this young lady's story. And the story is painful. So listen, trigger warning, everybody. If you are not ready to hear truth, please scroll up. If you are not ready to hear truth, please scroll up. There are a lot of melanated children that go through foolery because the mama is not healed. There are a lot of melanated children that go through foolery because the mama is not healed. Or the mama just can't stand the daddy, and so they hurt the child. Or teach the child some nonsense and want to see the child fall. Taki has explained this to y'all before when I first started social media. I want y'all to understand something. If you are looking for a content creator, because I'm getting a lot of heat about a video that I put out about Carly B, okay? And I know I'm pronouncing her name wrong, Cardi B or Carly. Listen, however I say it, you know who I'm talking about. I put a picture up in the corner. But I'm getting a lot of hate for me speaking about her. And so there's a lot of people who is correcting me with my words and being articulate and stuff like that. Listen to me. I'm not that one. I'm not that one. Okay? I'm not that one, baby. You understand? So if my English bothers you, okay? So my English is Jersey with a little bit Ebonics and some Southern, okay? So if my English bothers you, scroll up, baby. You don't have to sit and watch me. You understand? You don't have to sit and watch me because the way I said it is the way it's going to be said. Especially if you watching my content. This is how I talk in real life. So I'm not going to be articulate, okay? I'm not. I'm just, let's be clear. Even some of my mods crack on me about how I pronunciate, okay? Baby, listen. Everybody ain't get those steps from their mama like they were supposed to. Everybody ain't get those steps, those teaching that they supposed to from their mama. My mama was busy doing a lot of worldly stuff, so I did the best I could. You understand? But thank God my children didn't miss those steps because they love to correct their mama when I say something wrong. Steven, now you know now. Come on now. You know I'm going to put an N on the end of your name. Come on. Come on now. Let's be clear. Everybody who rocks with Taki on her channel, I will either cut your name down, okay, or I'm going to pronounce it wrong. Let's be clear. But charge it to my head and not my heart, baby. Okay? Let's be clear. All right? A lot of y'all get in here and y'all laugh and joke and stuff like that. And especially with the Carly thing. Cardi B, whatever. And there's no disrespect to her. Okay? Baby, I'm sorry I'm pronouncing your name wrong. But that's how it sounds to me. So that I'm doing the best I can. Now, the message was a correction. It was out of love. It wasn't that I was bashing her. I was telling her she needs to heal. And a lot of people, you missed the whole message and y'all just went to the pronunciation of how I talk. Now listen, however you feel, take heed, let you know in the comment section that, baby, you know what you do? Say the word correctly in your mind, okay? Say the word correctly in your mind, then go back and watch the video again. What else could I do? What else could I do? I can't go and redo a whole video. Ain't nobody got time for that. So now, listen. We're going to talk about this young lady, Nova's life. We're going to talk about her, okay? We're going to talk about even, let me see. We're going to talk about a content creator who he is on Instagram, IG. He's everywhere, okay? And he's talking to his 17-year-old daughter. And he's giving her the rules to the game, the correct rules to the game, okay? Just how my king gives his girls the correct rules to the game. And I love that. I was like, "Oh, this is going to be something. Let me drop this brother first, and then we'll go into Nova situation." And I'm going to share something with you. My brothers of substance, be mindful where you drop your seed. My sisters of substance, be mindful of who you open your legs to. You never know where you're landing this baby at. You never know the heartbreak and turmoil this child will have to go through when you leave them with a mother that gives two shits about them. Do you understand? I watched a woman come to social media and she said, yeah, when men don't care about your kids, they'll just leave your child and it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? They'll just harm your children. Let me share something with you. Women do the most damage to children. They do. Because they're the ones that's actually spending the most time with them. Let's be clear. I know some of y'all might be upset about that, but a lot of us that grew up in the 70s and 80s, y'all have horror stories of your mama. Let's be clear. A lot of us have horror stories of our mama and the shit that she took us through. Okay? Now, some women or men might have grew up with, the mama that got the right mind. And God bless you. Some of y'all who grew up with the mama that got the right mind, some of y'all grew up with mamas who was functioning druggies, okay? Some of y'all grew up with mamas who was hoes, but they were functioning. Some of y'all grew up with the Betty homemaker mom. God bless you. You understand? But let's be clear. When the mama is broken, she breaks the children. When she didn't take time to heal, she breaks the children. This is the uncomfortable conversation that a lot of melanated sisters don't want to talk about, especially the older generation. The older generation will get out here and give you some advice, and because they didn't learn that this was stupid, they pass it on to the next generation after generation. You know what I see as I get older? That all the people who passed away in the crack era, right? Those were the one who had knowledge. And because they passed away, now the knowledge didn't pass to us. So all we got left with was the pimps and the hoes that taught the young people that get out there and spread that publicity and get out there and pimp this woman to, you know what I'm saying, to make money. You understand? So we got dealt a bad hand, but that doesn't mean you're supposed to continue in the foolery. You grown, so you supposed to know the difference between right and wrong. Let's be clear. So let's go into the first video on Facebook. Now I know I did a lot of talking. Please forgive me. Y'all know how I am. Okay? But we want to get to the root of this problem. Listen to Nino Brown discuss this with his daughter. I like how he broke this down for his 17-year-old daughter. Okay? Y'all listen to this.
I just picked up my daughter from school, and I was explaining to her about the importance of covering yourself, fully covering yourself. Because the truth is, when you dress promiscuous, all the man think about is having sex with you. All he want to do is put his mushroom tip in you. He don't want to put a ring on your finger. He don't want to love you. He ain't taking you serious. All he think about when he see you in that short ass skirt or them short shorts is putting his mushroom tip knee deep in you, putting a child in you, and messing your life up. How old you is?
17. She's 17 years old. When you turn 18?
June 25th.
This you?
Yes.
You understand when you dress promiscuous, you see girls at school, they be wearing short and shit like that, right?
Yes.
And you understand the importance of fully covering yourself. Well, man don't know what you got. They got to figure it out.
Yes.
Because see, y'all women got to understand something. When you dress promiscuous, you got to understand, I know y'all be looking for Michael B. Jordan to look, y'all want Ice Cube to look, but you got to understand, it's some Pookies out there looking too. It's some Ezels out there. It's crackheads looking at your ass too. It's junkyard though. Y'all only want millionaires to see y'all, but being fully covered, a man gonna take you serious. You understand that, right?
Yes.
You gotta stay fully covered. Keep yourself put together. You men out here, if you a father, talk to your daughters, man, telling the importance of keeping themselves fully covered, keeping themselves preserved and reserved. Like when you go to a 5-star restaurant, you make reservations for that. When a man making want to come change your life, he make reservations for you to make you his wife. He ain't just pulling up on the pull up to take you to no hotel and treat you like, oh well, he ain't doing that. Yeah, when he see white potential in you, he dealing with you a certain kind of way because you presenting yourself like that. You ain't trashy, you classy. Understand something. It's a lot of hoes out here. It's a lot of HOs out here. But you gotta pick what kind of HO you wanna be. If you wanna be a HO, I know y'all think HO is life. Being a hoe is life. Hoes ain't life, but if you gonna be that, you gonna be a Kim Kardashian type of HO, the one that changed your whole family and still got a name and a brand. You ain't finna be old dog ass HO. That's what they doing out here. They being old dog ass HO. They don't got no kind of self-respect, self-love, and as a woman.
Now, mind you, I don't agree that anybody be a Kim Kardashian. I don't agree with anybody doing that either, okay? But let them continue to cook. Here we go.
To carry yourself like that. And you got to keep it real with your daughters as a daddy, man. They got to hear this because they talk like this on these phones. They talk like this in school. They know what's going on. You got to tell them it ain't cool being a prostitute. You know what that is, right? You understand that that's not cool, right? You ain't going to be that, right?
No.
Why you ain't going to be that?
Because that's not what I want to be.
What you want to be?
What I want to be.
Someone that keeps herself covered and not trashy.
Why?
Because it's not a good look.
It ain't a good look, man.
It ain't a good look.
Fathers, teach your daughters the importance of being somebody in life. If not, they gonna eat out a man's hand for the rest of their life. Teach your daughters the importance of morality, because it ain't none. The world full of evil. And if you put a D on evil, you got devil. If you put an O in good, you got God. Teach your daughters to walk in the honor of God. Teach your daughters to be good girls. Because they want to be bad bitches. You can't don't let them do that. Teach them how to be good girls, man. It's okay to have self-preservation. It's okay to reserve yourself.
Amen.
Reserve yourself for a man of one, not many men. These women got rosters. Do you know friends that talk to multiple guys?
Yes.
Do you understand that when they get out here in these streets and you got multiple guys, you stand a chance to have diseases, right?
Yes.
You stand a chance to have multiple kids from different fathers, right?
Yeah.
That ain't cool, right?
No.
If you had a child, how many fathers you want from different kids?
One.
You want one baby father, right? And that need to be your husband, right? Not just a child.
And I know he tried to correct himself, and that was good because we don't want to promote that these girls become baby mamas and these boys become baby fathers. We want to promote husband and wives. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's continue to let him cook.
Yes.
Because that's the man that's going to raise your kids and raise your family to guide you, right? You understand that, right?
Yes.
This is what life is. You got to teach your kids what life is, because if you don't teach them, the streets going to taunt them, and guess what? The streets don't got no love. Ain't no love in these streets. These streets don't love nobody. Teach your daughters the importance of covering themselves. Being fully covered is beautiful. Y'all women be walking out in front of white men at these restaurants wearing nothing on. You wearing a bathing suit on. You got a thong on with a see-through outfit. You think that shit cute. That's not lit, man. That's stupid. They looking at you like you dumb. And they only want one thing from you. They ain't finna wife you, cause they going back to Becky. When they get through playing with you, they going back to Becky. They ain't finna stick you in their Rolls Royce. They ain't finna stick you in none of their stuff that got any kind of willpower or anything that's gonna set your life up and your kids up.
And I like what he said. You know, I always tell y'all that when a man meets you the first time, he puts you in one of these two categories. Either you're a wife or you're a hoe. They put you in these two categories when they first meet you. Let's be clear. Men can sniff out hoes. They can sniff them out. They know who is a hoe and they know who is not a hoe. Let's be clear about that. A lot of us don't want to believe that, but it's true. Do you understand? They can sniff out a hoe. Now, let's continue.
Forever, they ain't finna do that. They just gonna stick that motherfucking tip up in you and pull it out and lose your number. Cause you were just a one-night stand. They ain't have a game plan for your life. If you trying to attract a Michael B. Jordan, a Nino Brown, a Michael Jordan, a LeBron James, it don't matter who you're trying to attract. You need to dress yourself fully covered. You need to be well educated. You need to get you some money. You need to have your shit together, man. Cause let me tell you something, man. It's some women out here that think that their body is everything. But let me tell you something about body. That looks gonna last for only 15 years. Security lasts forever. Secure your mind. Secure your finances. Be independent so a man come in your life and understand that it gonna take more than a bag to attract your ass. He got to have his shit together. But when you dressing like with nothing on, he know all he gotta do is flag money and he getting right between your legs. You understand that, right?
And this is the thing. This is the uncomfortable truth, okay? This is the uncomfortable truth. If we don't teach these young girls this nonsense, they will continue down the road that the generation before them is doing. Do you understand? They will continue down the road the generation before them is doing. Good morning, Real Talk with Miss O. How are you, my sister? Guys, please make sure you like and subscribe to Real Talk with Miss O, where the content is always fire. Baby, you hear me? And this is a woman of God. You hear me? Y'all get in here and like and subscribe to her content. Baby, you will not be disappointed. You hear me? And while you in her chat, please tell her, Take Heed sent me. Okay? Now, I'm going to share something with you. I love what Nino Brown is saying to his daughter. They're in the car and he's having a full discussion with her. And I'm loving it. And I want to share something with y'all. We have to do better when we're talking to these girls. We have to do better when we're talking to these boys. Now, mind you, Pukisha and Rakeisha children will be existing at that time. Ain't nothing much you could do about Pukisha and Rakeisha children and Pookie and Rary. Ain't much you can do about those kids. But you can train your own children to know the difference. See, the change really starts at home. People be wanting to change the community and go out and do certain things, but the real change starts at home. While mama and daddy trying to save the community, sometimes they lose their own children. Sometimes their own children get stuck into some foolery because you're trying to save the community when you was first supposed to save your child, your children. Okay? Look at Dr. Omar, that situation that you see that blew up a few months ago. All the while, this man has kids and he called himself trying to save the community, but he has his offspring that he didn't save. How do you respect a man like that? There are women who are in the church, who are leaders in the church, which they're not supposed to be, but they're leaders in the church. Okay? That she's trying to save everybody in the church, but her own children are demons. See, the thing is, you have to start at home. When you want to save anybody, you start at home. That's where it is. You understand? People look at your home life. If they want to believe anything about how you love children or how you want children to be, they look at your kids. They look at your children to see how your children behave, to see how your children move. They look at your kids. That's how they actually judge you when you're giving advice. Let's be clear. If we don't take time to teach our children that being baby mamas and being baby daddies is not the answer, it just will continue to just get done in our community. Now, I know a lot of people will be like, oh, it's wrong how Take Heed always judging baby mamas and this and that. Why is Take Heed judging baby mamas? Because I was on that lane. I know how hard it is to be on that lane. I know the nights when you cry. I know the nights when shit is hard. I know how you have to rob Peter to pay Paul. I know when times when you don't have food in your house. I know what it is like. I know what it is like. When you go to the school, the people ask you, where's the father? Or if they have a school event and the child tell you, Mom, my daddy is supposed to come. And you can't get the father on the phone. And you can't get the father on the phone because of what? My sisters, our choices. Let's go back to Nino. He breaking this down with his daughter. Here we go.
Why you understand that it's important to be fully covered?
Because you don't want to attract the wrong guy or man.
And who mostly look at women that got all that stuff, that just showing everything?
Black girls.
Black girls that do that, right? You don't see Becky's them doing that, right?
No.
Yeah, Karen don't do that, right?
No.
You can't do that. You got to be like Karen them. See, Karen married to Sam, and Sam got the whole business plan for the family. He might go out there and creep, but he ain't gonna lead them sheep. But he coming back home to land them sheep with Karen. Y'all got to teach our daughters that. I know this is a real conversation, and you got to, because some of these kids out here, they want to be HOs. They think that's life because they've been misled by Sexy Red. They've been goddamn Glorilla. They listen to all these women out here that's teaching them HO is life. They on that stupid shit. You gotta teach them, hey man, it's okay to be. If you gonna be an HO, you better be a Kim Kardashian, a Kylie Jenner. And you see, they ain't messing with no broke nigga. They even got the man that made the song about the gold digger going.
Let's be clear. I don't agree with that part, but let's continue.
He done lost his damn mind. You got to be a boss. Like, that's what you gonna be. If you gonna go out here and think you gonna play in your 18 to 21, 25, then you better have your shit lined. You better have it together. Because Kim Kardashian had a plan. If that's what you want to be. Now, I ain't encouraging that. I'm encouraging Serena.
He said, I'm not
I'm encouraging Venus. I'm encouraging Michelle Obama. But since y'all girls out here, oh, I'm on there, and you got your lashes longer than you got there, look like roast legs. You got your wig on to the side and falling off and all that. Yeah, let me tell you something, because your head too small for that goddamn wig. If you gonna goddamn wear all that and try to attract a grown man, you better be a Kim Kardashian type of HO. Don't be no dog ass HO. Y'all share this with your kids. If they of age to hear this, parental advisory is recommended because it's a real conversation with a 17-year-old that's turning 18 in less than 58 days. Just got her situation straight to graduate high school today. Didn't you just find out the day you graduated?
Yes.
How did
She's
feel?
smiling.
Was it hard?
Yes.
Was it worth it?
Yes.
It was a tough road, right? But you did it and it's over, right? The road to success is always hard,
It's always
right?
hard.
But is it worth it?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
it is.
then, let me tell you something. Teach your kids, man, because they only gonna be a kid from 1 through 18. But 18 to the day they die, which in this age is 50 years old. That's the life expectancy. where they gotta be adults, and it's hard, and you need to teach them. You gotta walk with what I taught you from 18 to 50 years old. And if you go over 50, you took care of yourself, because in this age, they dying at 50 years old. Teach your kids, man. This is a real life video, man. If you are fully covered, teach your kids how to be that, because we in the era where the devil, do as thou wilt. They doing whatever they want out here. Don't do that, little mama. It's time to take care of yourself, tighten up, because you got the world to meet, and you trying to attract a man that's going to change your life, change your last name, and change your address, because you can't stay with me forever. You understand that, right? Yes. I'm trying to tell you. Y'all tighten up. Send it to somebody and share it with somebody.
So shout out to Nino Brown. With that brother, he has amazing content. Shout out to him, because the video was amazing. And I was like, I'm going to play this today because we're talking about a young lady named Nova. Okay. This young lady was taught the ropes. Okay. She was taught the ropes of that street life. Okay. And she's only 13 years old. Now, her mama taught her a lot of stuff. Let's be clear, her daddy was a pimp, okay? A pimp and a pusher, okay? So a lot of the story that you're going to hear is a little painful and it's sad, okay? So trigger warning, everybody, okay? This is a teaching moment today, okay? Also, I want to send love out to Texas, because I haven't mentioned Texas. I've been watching on the news. I want to send love out to Texas. And that's what we need to do, be sending prayers and love out to Texas. They're going through a lot down here. They are going through a lot down here. And you have some foolish people on social media that is saying it's good that this thing is happening to them. They hope that a lot of them who lost everything were Republicans. Y'all evil. Y'all evil. A lot of them was like, oh, MAGA, if they're MAGA, I hope they lost everything. Whoever thinks stuff like that, may God find you. Yes, honey. May God find you. For some of y'all who wish evil upon these people who lost everything down here in Texas. It shouldn't matter what party they voted for. At the end of the day, we are all Americans and we must help one another. All y'all could bring up is that, oh, they cut FEMA, they did all these things to FEMA, and that's the problem. Truth be told, anybody who ever had to go through FEMA, y'all know how difficult it is to go through FEMA. Y'all know that FEMA will run you around. No shade at FEMA, but FEMA will run you around. They will run you around to get assistance. A better way has to be conducted. Now, I don't agree with everything that President Trump does. Please, let's be clear, I don't. My dear, I don't know if you can bring him in. Thank you so much. Okay, let's be clear. I don't agree with everything that President Trump does. But a better way has to be done when it comes to us talking about Texas on social media. Some of y'all just saying the most horrible things, that these people are losing everything. Do you know what it feels like to lose everything? And y'all laughing. Some of y'all who call yourself educated, y'all sitting up there talking about, oh, that's good for them. Because if they MAGA, look how they lost everything. May God find you. May God find you for the nonsense that you pushing. For the foolery that you are pushing. May God find you. Now, let's get into this first video of Nova, okay? And the video is coming from Marcus J. Carter Boys, okay? This brother, I follow him on IG, and when he dropped this, I was like, I want to know more about this young lady named Nova, okay? Here we go. Check this out.
Have you still been working on the streets? Or motels or hotels or anything? You're not doing work?
No.
You're not selling videos?
No.
Tell the truth.
Yeah, I've been selling.
You have to stop.
No, I've been stopping though because they keep deleting my Instagrams for chop. I just stopped.
They done made websites of my baby,
They
and
got
I don't like that.
websites,
It's
fans, all types of stuff.
like it's
How do you
crazy.
think Nova got this way, Tania?
It wasn't me. I'm gonna take accountability. This is what I feel like I motivated her to be. Just this one.
Okay, let me tell you. So what it was, it's not technically my mom that made me like this, but you know how I'm like, you know, smart and mature and all that. She made me mature because the things she was telling me and, you know, showing me. But like,
What was I
as
showing
in,
you?
hold on, as in me, like, you know, being a prostitute and all that, she didn't show me that. Like, she didn't show me that because if that be seeing her too. She not even doing none of that. She just taught me how to be mature. You know, how to hold myself up. You know?
But your mom was getting money from men.
Yes.
Have you still been working on the streets? Or motels or hotels or anything? You're not doing work?
No.
You're not selling videos?
No.
Tell the truth.
Yeah, I've been selling.
You have to stop.
No, I've been stopping though because they keep deleting my Instagrams for chop. I just stopped.
They done made websites of my baby,
They got
and I don't like
websites,
that. It's
fans, all types of stuff.
like it's
How do you
crazy.
think Nova got this way, Tania?
It wasn't me. I'm gonna take accountability. This is what I feel like I motivated her to be. Just this one.
Okay, let me tell you. So what it was, it's not technically my mom that made me like this, but you know how I'm like, you know, smart and mature and all that. She made me mature because the things she was telling me and, you know, showing me. But like,
What was I
as
showing
in,
you?
hold on, as in me, like, you know, being a prostitute and all that. She didn't show me that. Like, she didn't show me that because if that was the case, y'all be seeing her too. She not even doing none of that. She just taught me how to be mature. You know, how to hold myself up. You know?
But your mom was getting money from men.
Yes.
So when you hear this, I had to play it twice because it had cut off, so we had to just play it twice, okay? Now, the mama says she didn't get it from me, okay? Now, I want us to understand something. Children copy what they see. Let's be clear. Children copy what they see. And when children do nonsense, a lot of mothers will come out and say, not the mama, it's not me. I'm not responsible for her behavior. 13 years old and she's selling bajayjay. You understand? 13 years old and she is selling bajayjay. Now, the man who is interviewing them, right? He interviewed the mother, okay? When she was a streetwalker, okay? And the child is trying to kind of cover the mama, saying that, well, my mama she didn't bring me this life. She just taught me street life. Baby, she brought you this life. When her and her brother, because the story that Nova goes into, when they were first born, her and her brother, the mother dropped them with their grandmother. Okay? She didn't want to raise them, so she dropped them with their grandmother. Now, what happened was she had went to prison, okay, for a couple years. And the children had to go and live with their great-grandmother and grandfather in Beverly Hills, okay? So these children were safe with their great-grandmother and grandfather, right? So now the mother comes home from prison and she wants her children, okay? She wants her children, okay? That's what she wants. So she wants her kids, so she fights the great-grandmother and grandfather to get the kids. She gets the kids. The kids were raised in Beverly Hills in a safe area, beautiful school. That's what Nova talks about, okay? And she says one thing she regret is that she went and stayed with her mama, and her mama lived in the ghetto. So she got taught some real life situations, and she wished that she never learned them. Now she gonna talk about it later, okay? A lot of the stuff she was going through was because of the mama decision. The mama wanted the kids, but she didn't have a plan to raise them. You understand? And the men she had the kids by, they were not men of substance. So the children were just doomed under her teaching. So now she done got the kids, and she began to start laying hands on the children. You understand? And start telling them, you ain't this, and you ain't gonna never be this, and you ain't gonna never be that. When you hear women talk like that to their children, it's usually hatred that they have for the father. It's usually hatred that they have for the father when they get up there and they disgrace the child like that. Mind you, the child did not ask to be brought here. Mama, you open your legs, and that's how the baby got here. Okay? So she's going to go into that. And her mama would throw her out. And I don't know how you get away with throwing out a teenager all the time like that. You know what I'm saying? But she was throwing this girl out back and forth, this and that. Didn't care where this girl was at. So she started selling her BJJ. Okay? And she said that she used to post a lot of stuff on Instagram, but Instagram said, this is child pie. You know what I'm about to say. This is child P. So they kept snatching the stuff down off Instagram and ready to block her account. But this is when you have a lot of black women, and I'm about to use Mr. He Says slogan, not the mama. This is where you have a lot of black women that they'll get in here and say, it's not me. I didn't raise them like that. They just ended up like that. You understand? But children copy what they see. This is the thing that we miss. They copy what they see. So now we're going to go straight over to Nova, and we're going to listen to her story. Now, be advised, the story is painful and it's a little sad, okay? It's about 27 minutes, okay? So we're going to go into the foolery. Now, the content creator is the content creator name is Soft White Underbelly. Okay, Soft White Underbelly, and we're gonna hear this young lady's truth. Y'all get ready for the foolery. You understand? Get ready for the foolery. When you don't raise these children properly, and they see nonsense going on in the home, mama and daddy, please be advised, these kids mimic you. They mimic you. Let's get into this discussion.
Girls
Yes.
in South Central. Her name was Tania. All right, Nova. So you are the daughter of someone that I've interviewed before.
Yeah.
One of the working girls
Yes.
in South Central. Her name was Tania, and she's been on social media a lot with all the drama in her life.
Yeah.
You're a part of that, right? Tell me what's going on in your life, because your story is pretty unique.
So basically, what's going on in my life is my mom. When I moved with my mom, my whole life just like changed. And what I mean by change, I mean like my mom, she showed me different stuff. Like before I got with her, I lived in Beverly Hills. I was with different people.
Who
with
you
different
staying in Beverly Hills with?
With my grandparents.
Grandparents, okay.
First I stayed with my mom's mom, and then I moved with my great grandparents, my mom's mom. So when I moved with my mom, she started showing me different stuff. She moved me to the hood, the east side of LA, South Central.
And how old are you now?
13.
13. Okay.
Yeah. When she started showing me all that stuff, and when she moved to the east side, my mindset changed. I changed how I look at things. Like, I didn't look at things the same. And Once my mom started seeing that I was changing and that I didn't think the same no more, she started treating me different. Like, I feel like she didn't like it. But I mean, it wasn't really my fault. It was really her fault because I asked to stay with my grandma and she like forced me to move to LA. I used to get bullied and all type of stuff. But
To South Central LA?
no, like in Beverly Hills and stuff. Because it was always like white kids and stuff around us, around me, and my brother. It was me and my brother. And
But you were you said you were forced to move.
yeah, I was forced to move
To
out
where?
there to LA. First I was in Marina Valley, and then I was in Beverly Hills. But I was forced to move like to the east side, to the ghetto.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I didn't want to go because I knew how the girls was. They used to bully me. They used to pick on me and little things. I used to wear Skechers. I used to wear all the little bullshit stuff. So when my mom started seeing that I was changing and stuff, she didn't like.
And you hear how she said, I used to wear all the bullshit stuff. You know, Skechers is bullshit stuff. Because our children believe that name brand is the answer. Mind you, China bust that bubble, didn't they? But y'all still buying that expensive stuff that only costs $1 that was made in China. Ain't that crazy? Good morning, Brittany. How are you, baby? It's good to see you.
I feel like she started being jealous of me because I started getting around girls that she didn't like. But whole time I didn't know that she didn't like the girls, not the girls didn't like her. They were just telling me stuff, and I was learning new stuff. And I used to come to my mom like, "Is this true?" And she used to be like, "Yeah, that's true." So I'm like, okay, it's different. And when I went to Bret Hart Middle School, I had got jumped by these girls from Hoover, and I told my mom, and she didn't believe me. And I'm like, you don't even care about me, like. And she's like, it's okay if some girls put their hands on you, fight back. And I'm like, okay. So after that, I started fighting more. When I started fighting more, I started like not caring.
And that was not even the answer. If the girls jumped her, you were supposed to go to the school and talk to somebody. That's the thing that makes me mad. Like, nobody goes and talk to these school teachers. Nobody goes and talk to the counselor. Nobody goes and talk to the principal, the vice principal. Nobody goes to the board of education and talk to somebody. If your child is in trouble, you supposed to make the steps to go to the school and find out what is going on with your child. Not just like, you know, push it out the way and like, well, whatever, go out there and protect yourself. This baby says she got jumped, and all you said is that to fight back. You understand, when you were supposed to get down to the school. So when you teach these children to get in here and do a whole battle royale in a school, you understand, when you teach these babies to do this nonsense, all they're going to do is continue to fight. You understand? That's all they're going to do is to continue to fight. Miss O said, damn shame. Okay, damn shame. All right now. Hashtag Mrs. She said. Good morning, Red Lipstick Vibe. How are you? Wonderful show last night. The uncomfortable truth is that when you teach them how to be dysfunctional, when you teach them foolishness in the street, and when they pick up what you dropping down, you can't stop them no more. You can't let them know like something bad could happen to you with you fighting. You understand? You can't talk to them no more because you had told them, get out there and act like a junkyard dog. Do you understand? Anyway, let's get back to Nova. Shout out to Nova for being brave. Do Take Heed blame Nova for being a 13-year-old prostitute? I don't. She's 13. I blame her mama. But her mama is running away from the accountability. Like most women do. Not just black women. Most women do this. They run away from that accountability. Because children copy what they see. Let's continue.
And my mom didn't like that. She started kicking me out. I came back. She was treating me weird. Like, she kept bringing up stuff. Like, she used to bring up how I got beat up, how I used to get abused by this dude. And that's when I used to run away. I'm not even gonna lie, I used to run away. But
She said, I'm not gonna lie, that's why I used to run away. She said her mom would bring up how she used to get laid hands on by some dudes and what she was doing in the street. And mama, you taught her street life. She said she learned it from you. So you hoeing out in the street, she copied it from you. See, a lot of y'all don't want to take the blame for this nonsense. When these boys grow up to be gang members, when they grow up to be street pharmacists, daddy, be advised, it's coming from your lane. When these girls grow up to spread their legs like the Red Sea, please be advised, mama, it's coming from your lane. Children copy what they see. Hey, Shay, how are you, baby? It's good to see you. Let's continue.
But it wasn't for no reason, though. She used to abuse me. She used to go on live, expose me, embarrass me. She used to post my messages. The same thing she's doing now. This has been happening since 4 or 3 years ago. So that's why now I'm just used to it. But
Who are you staying with now?
now,
Are you living with? Are you in the foster system or?
no, now I'm staying with a friend. Yeah, my friend.
But you
A 13-year-old girl, she's staying with friends. She not staying in her mama house. She's staying with friends. Okay? Every time she turn around, her mama expose her information. She tells people about the messages her daughter get. She humiliates her daughter on social media for clout. Okay? A lot of these younger parents, they do that nonsense and disgrace their children. One thing about Take Heed is that when I'm going to give a correction, I don't need to come to social media and tell it. I don't need to come to social media and tell what me and my children discuss. If I need to give a correction, baby, it's going to be in private. We're going to talk in the room. Because, yes, mama going to give you the correction. She going to also give you the love, too. We have to bring it back to the norm where we correct these children off social media. We have to bring it back to the norm where we don't get in here and be correcting these kids on social media. Because remember, the internet is forever. This stuff stay up here. This stuff stay up here. I remember I was in a content creator chat and they said, what will be your legacy that your children will watch? What will be your legacy that your grandchildren will watch while you up here performing on social media? Let me share something with you. I don't want to be fake when I come to social media. So when you see my behavior and how I talk, I want to always be real. I say, you know what I said? I want to be that grandma that is fresh and that grandma that tell her grandchildren the truth. It's my character. I'm not ashamed of the stuff that I say on social media. I'm not. So maybe it offends you, but it doesn't offend me. And my grandchildren will already know, no, grandma is some problem. Grandma's a whole problem. She be up there just aggravating granddaddy. Grandma's a whole problem. Okay? Anyway, let's get back to Nova. Here we go.
Supposed to be staying with your mom?
Yeah, but she kicked me out in December
Hey, 18, how are you, baby?
last year.
But you told me out there that you're in the system?
Yeah, I'm in the system. Nobody has custody of me.
No one has custody of you.
My mama lost custody of me 2 years ago because when she was abusing me and stuff. Yeah.
And your grandparents are?
My grandparents, they're old. My great grandparents are 73 and 72. And I always ask to go over there. My grandma, she still texts me to this day, but she's like, I can't take care of you because she has high blood pressure, and she thinks I'm gonna stress her out. But I mean, I don't really need nobody to take care of me. I know how to get what I need, but I just need like shelter, you know?
Have you've been working some of the streets as a prostitute? How long has that been going on?
Since May.
Since May.
Yeah.
How did you get introduced to that?
So a 13-year-old has been prostituting since May. Okay? She's been prostituting since May. Can you imagine? I can't imagine. We have a 16-year-old in this house. We have a 10-year-old in this house. I can't imagine, and our 19-year-old is in college. I can't imagine any of my girls walking the beat outside and up here screwing grown men. I could never imagine anything like that. I could never imagine anything like that. My God. And this young lady is talking like she understands what she's doing. She's talking like this is all she could do to make money. You understand? I can't imagine. And this is what you teach your baby. This is what you teach your baby mama. To get out there and sell her pussy to get money at 13 years old. Yahweh got a special place for some of y'all. He got a special place for some of y'all. He do. For some of y'all who put your children through foolery like this, that you call yourself teaching your child the game. May peace never find you. May peace never find you for the stuff that y'all teach these kids. The evil stuff that y'all teach these children. Let's continue.
13.
I used to be around these girls from Front Street, and they had this. The girl that they was with wasn't from their hood, but she used to be around them. They used to call each other like Sister Favor and all that stuff. And the girls seen how them girls used to try to bully me, and they didn't like me for some reason. They had some type of animosity towards me. And the girl that was with them, she seen like, I don't like how they're treating you. You something better than that. We could be getting money out here. So a couple months later, she texted me at like 3 o'clock in the morning and was like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "Nothing." Laying down. I'm like, "What you doing?" She like, "I'm out trapping." And I'm like, "Trapping?" She sent the picture, and I'm like, "You do that now?" And she like, "Yeah, it's fast money. You should do it with me."
So trapping is fast money. Trapping is fast money. So this is what her friend was telling her, let's get out there and trapping. Okay? So from you throwing this girl out, degrading this girl, showing this girl a different way of doing stuff, okay? An evil way of doing things. She decided her girlfriend is trapping, her girlfriend making money. Let her go out there and be trapping too at 13 years old. And this is the answer for a lot of our young melanated girls. And then when something happened to them, you have the mama come to social media crying that, oh, she didn't know the child was doing that and the child had ran away. And this is the first thing that these police officers need to be asking the mama. Did you ever report the child was missing? Did you ever report this child was missing? When did the child actually leave your house? Your dislike for the daddy shows in how y'all raise these children. Your dislike for the daddy, the hatred for the daddy, shows on how the way you raise these babies. I ain't lying. I ain't lying one bit.
The next day, I texted her like, "Can you come get me? My mama acting weird." My mama was acting weird. She was threatening me to kick me out, break my phone, all this. I'm like, "Can you come get me?" So she was like, yeah. I told my mom, I'm like, I'm about to go do a TikTok downstairs. And she was like, okay. And I'm like, can I do a TikTok in your car? Da-da-da. She gave me the keys. I put the keys next to the door and I ran away. I went and I got in the car and she was with this nigga. He had tattoos all over his face. He was playing music. He was like gangbanger. He was a gangbanger. He was a pimp. And I didn't even know that he was a pimp. So we had went to the Crenshaw Mall.
So your mom, just for those that are not aware, your mom was working as a prostitute as well?
I don't know.
That's what she told me in that interview that she did with me.
She told you that?
Yeah.
So now she's trying not to, and this is another thing that children do. She's trying to act like she don't want to get in here and blame her mama either, because children always will have that connection with their mama. Even when their mama is doing wrong, they will always have that connection with their mama, trying to cover her. Okay? Trying to cover her. Even Take Heed did the same thing when I was young. My mama did everything in a little bit. You understand? My mama did everything in a little bit. And I remember when my father was with his wife at the time, and they were talking about my mama downstairs. And I was upstairs in her daughter's room playing with her. Like we were playing with the toys and the dolls and stuff. And so I hear my dad talking about my mom. And I run downstairs and I told him, you don't know what my mother been through. Don't talk about my mother and stuff like that. I was going off on my father because I was like, she has no choice. You know, she been through a lot, this and that. And you were not there like you were supposed to be when I was young. So my mom is going through a lot. So I got upset with him about talking about my mom. We go and defend the mother even though she's wrong. When I was growing up, my mom had a lot. Her bedroom door was like a revolving door. One minute you see her with somebody, next minute you see her with somebody, the third minute you see her with somebody. A revolving door. You understand? And I couldn't take when people told me the truth about my mama. I couldn't take it. And so this baby now is even trying to cover the truth about her mama. The man who's talking to her, he interviewed the mama. The mama told him all the nonsense that she has been doing, okay, in her life, all the foolery, being out there selling at JJ, doing nonsense and stuff like that. And so you hear the young girl, she's trying to take up, oh no, I don't know if she does. I don't know if she does. I'm just telling you about me and stuff like that. She's covering for the mama as well, because let me share something with you. No matter what the mama do, children gonna always love their mama. It's only until they get grown that they understand that their upbringing is wrong. Let's go back to the video. Here we go.
I don't know. I seen a video of my mom on Fig, but I don't know if it's true. I hope it's not true. But it looked like she was on Fig. She said that she was walking from a club, but she doesn't go to clubs. And I heard in the past, like when I was like 5 and 6 and stuff, they used to tell me like, oh, your mom is getting money from dudes. And I'm like, maybe they're just friends, but so sometimes I think, yeah, she is a prostitute, but sometimes I think, no, she's not, because she has 3 babies to worry about at home. You feel me? Yeah.
And when she lost custody of you done your own since then?
Yes.
Are you going to high school, or you're not even high school age? What grade are you in?
9th grade.
So you're a freshman in high school? Are you going to high school? You're not?
Nah. Because I can't get checked into school unless my mom checked me in. Even though she's not even my guardian. So I don't even know how I can get checked into school. I don't know. I'll have to see something about that. I don't know.
Do you have anyone you can go to? You just stay at friends' houses or whatever you can figure out?
Whoever let me in. I mean, whoever wants to be nice, whoever's up at that time. You feel me?
Are you working with a pimp? You're not working with a pimp?
I can't do pimps.
That's hard to believe at 13 years old.
Yes, I know, but what I've experienced, I can't do a pimp. It's like you're outside selling, not to cuss, but you're outside selling your pussy just to give it to a nigga. That doesn't like sit right with me.
The Drag Kings Casino.
This is a 13-year-old talking like that. This is a 13-year-old child talking like that. She said it don't sit right with me that you got to be out there selling your BJJ and then you got to turn around and give it to a man. This is a 13-year-old girl. When our daughter was 13, she was worried about some art supplies that she wanted from Walmart.
Even though it's bad to stand outside, you're still standing outside for something. Because at the end of the night, you're going to have money in your hand. You feel me? And you're not giving it to nobody. You're spending it on yourself. And I need money. So, nobody out here really helping me. They help me when they feel like it, when I'm giving them something. And I don't give people nothing if they're not giving me nothing. So I guess we're just not going to be helping each other. Yeah.
Huh. Tell me about what you're going through, trying to make money this way. Well, I mean, a 13-year-old girl, you start discovering boys and you're in high school and stuff like that. I mean, you're living a very different life than a typical high school kid.
Yeah. Boys, I don't really care about boys. I mean, if it involves money.
You're experiencing men, probably.
Yeah, men.
She said, I don't really care about boys unless it's involving money. I don't really care about boys unless it's involving money. 13 years old, out here selling BJJ to grown men. To grown men out on the strip. I would never wish this on my worstest enemy, that their child have street life. Do you know how dangerous it is to have street life? Do you know that sometimes these girls go to a hotel with a John, go to the hotel with a John, okay? And sometimes the man whoops her to she can't even breathe anymore. These young girls be in danger. Sometimes they get taken to a motel where there's multiple men waiting there and she has to screw all of them. 13 years old. When y'all mistreat these kids, when y'all don't want to raise these children because you have hatred towards the father, the child will end up in horrible situations. Let's continue.
It was like kind of like a real relationship. He was like grown as fuck though, like real grown. And after that, I can't do it because when they know that you're young, I was telling them that. No, I'm not gonna say all that. But when they know that you're young, they try to take advantage of you, and I could tell when somebody's trying to take advantage of me, and I don't go for that anymore. So after that, it was just like But what I'm going through, it's hard because when people see what my mom is posting on the internet, they look at me like, you a little girl, you just out here running away, you not caring, you treating your mama wrong, you doing all this. They don't even listen to me no more. But once people post me, and I guess once I put a sob story out there, that's when they, believe me and listen to me. So that's hard too, because it's like, what else do y'all want me to say? So it's like I have to physically go out there and do shit on my own because nobody wants to believe me.
This is why you wanted to come and do a video with me.
Yeah. And I'm like, shit, I do need some money, but I did. You feel me? Yeah, I just came out here from Vegas too, so I came out here.
What were you doing in Vegas?
All them shit.
You were working?
Yeah.
Well, you're a seasoned vet at 13 years old.
Something like that.
Is this a horrifying life for a 13-year-old girl?
Yeah. Every time, like before I go to the blade or anything, like my stomach, it'll feel like I'm finna throw up, like, or I gotta use the bathroom. Number two, because it's like I'm nervous, my stomach bubbling. It's just.
These men know you're 13?
I won't sign. Money is a motivator, isn't it? Ben.
All right. Here, $100,000.
Just leave. You're already
bubbling. It's just.
These men know you're 13?
Shit, probably not. I just dated a guy last night and he told me, I said I'm 16. He said, please tell me that you're younger than that. And I said, why? He said, just tell me that you're younger than that. And I said, no, I'm 16. And he said, just please tell me. Like, it's weird guys like that. He asked me if I had any friends 10 to 14. And yeah, like, it's weirdos out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And are drugs a part of your life at all?
No, I don't do drugs, but one time I was with a trick, and the trick, he did drugs, so, and he seen that I was going through it or whatever, so he had like a lot of shrooms. He had perks, e-pills, all type of stuff. And he was like, if your life ever get hard, if you questioning your life, take these. And I'm like, nah, I'm cool, I don't need it. He's like, no, here, take them. I'm like, no, I'm cool. So I went to the bathroom, I left my purse on the couch. I came back, I'm like, okay, bye, I'm leaving, bye. So I got in the car, I looked in my purse and the e-pills and the shrooms was in my purse. So I'm like, he's trying to force it down my throat. And even if they was in my purse, I still didn't do it because I feel like if I was to do drugs, I'm never going to clap back. Like, I'm going to just be out there on the curb, really on the curb. So.
Well, I will say this. She has the mind and the understanding that drugs is not the answer. So God bless her for that, for having the mind to not get in there and get on drugs, because she can turn back from the hoism life. She can turn back from that. God bless her for that. But when you start getting into the crack life and all this and popping pills, baby, you'll get more lost. The thing that hurts so bad is that the mama, the first video that I played for y'all, the mama took no accountability. No, you ain't get that from me. You ain't get that from me because that's what y'all do. Y'all women never take accountability for the ish that y'all do. That's what you do. One thing I want to share with y'all. Now, the mama might have some horror stories as well. The mama might have grew up and had some horror stories with her mother. Because why I say this is that, now remember, the kids got left with her mama, okay? And the mama took the kids to her mama. So now the kids ended up with their great-grandmama. So more than likely, the mama is a problem too. So she raised her daughter to be a problem. And now the granddaughter is a problem. You understand? Let me share something with y'all. I don't care what your childhood was like. I don't care the shit that you was going through in your childhood. I don't. Take Heed has been through the worst of the worst growing up. I give two shits how your childhood is. I don't care. You can tell me a sob story that I don't even, you know what I'm saying? You can tell me some shit that it didn't happen to me. Because, of course, a lot of shit happened to me. When you grow up under a mother in a crack addict house, a lot of shit happens to you. When you are a girl child and a boy child, too. Okay? Because, mama, you too high doing whatever you want to do, and nobody is paying attention to the children. Okay? So you cannot tell me any sob story to make me believe that, oh, that's why you ain't want to take care of your kids. Okay? One thing I said to myself when I finally was able to leave my mama house, I said, let this life never find me. Let this life never find me. Don't get me wrong. I had people trying to push crack down my throat when I was growing up. Called me all types of names, that I was this and I was that, and I was scared to do something. I said, not the shit that I seen growing up. Not the shit that I seen growing up that you would get me to do this. Now, I have never for one day wanted my children, our children, I always say my children, our children to go through the same thing and the turmoil that I was going through when I was young. I never wanted our children to see that mama, even when I only had just one child at the time, mama had a revolving door as a bedroom. You understand? Like every time you turn around, mama had men coming in and out her house. I never wanted my children to see me getting money from men and I just laid on my backside. You don't understand? I never wanted my son to see any nonsense like that. I've always worked and maintained my own before I became a wife. You could never tell me a sob story where you abandoned your children and you thought that that ish made sense. Takey was a teenage mama. I was a teen mother. I did more shit than just a little bit. You understand? I did more shit than just a little bit. I was a teen mama. And I said, let my girls not ever experience the life that I lived. So I always schooled them. I always told them what you have between your legs is precious. Don't let nobody fool you into believing that they love you so much. I said, only man on this earth that love you beyond measure is your father. It's the only man that love you, that he will put his life on the line for you. It's the only man that love you. Now, there will be another man that will come along, but that's the one that will take your hand in marriage. Takey has an open door policy when it comes to talking to our children. My husband always tell me, babe, that's a little bit too hard. It's a little bit too grown. I'm like, if you don't teach them this, the world will teach them and give them some bad advice. So I teach my kids about everything. I keep saying my kids. Forgive me, my king. Forgive me. I don't mean to keep saying that. I know you watching the live. I teach our kids everything. Every type of foolery in the world. I will not sit up there and sugarcoat nothing. I grew up in nonsense, but I didn't want our children to grow up in foolery. So what did Takey do? I began to speak over my children. Everything that was taught to me growing up, because my mama couldn't stand my father. So the stuff that she used to say to me, I turned it around and said it in a positive way to our children. I thank God that our girls love themselves enough to know that no matter what a boy tells them, they're not going to go out and do nonsense. And if they have any questions, mama is here to answer the questions, so you can get some clarity. The day of our eldest daughter graduation, I was crying so hard. And my king said, why are you crying? I said, because she doesn't have a baby on her arm. He said, what are you talking about? I said, because when I graduated from high school, I had a baby on my arm. I had a baby on my arm. And our eldest daughter walked so freely across the stage without a baby on her arm. And I cried so hard because I was proud of her and still proud of her today. It's not how you were raised that you laid upon your children. You have to want a better life for your kids. Okay, your parents messed up, but that doesn't mean you punish your kids because your parents messed up. Some of y'all are content with saying, well, I ain't had no mama. I ain't had no daddy. Some of y'all content with that. And so you'll say your children ain't suffering. I ain't had no mama. I ain't had no daddy. And you tell these kids they'll be fine. These kids ain't sign up for that foolery. If God still give you breath, you supposed to be taking care of those kids. They didn't ask to come here. You laid up somewhere and spread your legs like the Red Sea. You supposed to take accountability. Do you understand? You supposed to take accountability. The problem is, my sisters, and I want y'all to be clear. I want us to be clear on this. When you get in here and you are not whole, when you are not whole, you will choose men who are not of substance to have babies with. And so these men don't give two shits about these babies being born because they got multiple children. So it make them know never mind if the child is okay and if the child is not. Let's be clear. It's your choice that mess these babies up. When we pick men who are not of substance, we are robbing these children of having a good father. It is you that choose this man to lay with. A man can't just get up and say, I choose you. It is you, my sisters, who choose the man you want to lay with. Let's continue. Let's go back to Nova. Here we go.
I mean, what would you like to see happen?
What do you mean?
In your life? I mean, you're not looking. Okay. Are you looking to go back with your mom, or you're getting to her? Do you want her to change her behavior? What do you want?
Yeah, I feel like it's not all on me and it's not all on my mom. I feel like it's on both of us because my mom has to change her ways and I have to change my ways too. But I already changed my ways. She just wants to keep kicking me out. She wants to keep holding grudges. That's what my mom does. She holds grudges. Just like the same baby daddy that she on the internet arguing with, they beef that they had is old. That's like my little sister is 4 now. That was 4 years ago. He been stopped. Yes, he used to beat on her, but he been stopped doing that like 4 years ago. So that I feel like that's for no reason. But yeah.
Your mom's getting a lot of attention.
Yeah, I mean that's what she likes because she told you in an interview that she didn't get no attention when she was a kid, right?
Social media is a hell of a drug. Do you hear me? Social media is a hell of a drug. JB2, what's up, baby? Social media is a hell of a drug. Baby, social media will have you out here acting crazy just because you want a certain amount of numbers. Just because you want a certain amount of likes. You want a certain amount of following. Social media is a hell of a drug, honey. And the way she disgraced this girl so bad, and actually, in reality, I know I'm saying that word wrong. In reality, this baby just needs somebody to love her. This child needs somebody to hold her and tell her, we gonna be all right. We gonna be all right. This baby needs somebody to console her. 13 years old, and you out here selling bajayjay, and you 13 to grown men. Let's continue.
right? Yeah. So that's what she's looking for now from grown people and kids.
If your child has used Roblox, you might.
I know this story is heavy today. Y'all. But you know, sometimes I tell y'all that we got to go into lesson mode, and sometimes we could get in here and fool around. So this is our lesson today, okay? This is a teaching moment today. You understand? It's a teaching moment today. And it's painful. It's painful.
Now from grown people and kids. Like even now, like she texts girls and she has conversations with girls that don't even like me. Like it'll be girls hating under my post right now, and my mama would be on the phone with them, and it's weird to me because it's like, Mom.
So now, you don't just hurt this child on social media. Girls who don't like her, you befriend the girls. That says a lot about the mama. That says a lot about the mama. When y'all hate these men, you will lead these children to slaughter. When y'all hate these men, you will lead these children to slaughter. Why would you befriend some girls who dislike your child? And this is where you have these women, so-called women, to compete with their children. Get in there and compete with their children. Do you think if my eldest daughter had a problem with some girls, I'm going to be chilling with the girls and talking to them on the phone about my daughter? Any problem my daughter got, I got that problem. I got that same problem. I carried you for 9 months. So I'm signing up to hurt you like some other girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I don't know who you is. I'm just going to sign up to hurt you. That's nonsense. The mama is broken. And so she passed on the same brokenness to this girl who is 13 years old. This baby gonna have to sit on somebody's couch when she get older. Lord knows you don't know what she got now, because she out here messing with Tom, Dick, and Harry. You don't know what she got now. Something that she probably can't get rid of. And it's sad. Let's continue. God forbid, though. But let's continue.
She doesn't like me.
Do you feel like your mom is not on your side, not trying to...
Yeah, she's never on my side. It's always the next little girl. It's always the next person. She's always comparing me. So that's why whatever she says, I'm just like, okay, Mom. Like, okay, are you done? Like, but I don't disrespect her anymore. Like, everybody sees, I post all our messages. Everybody sees, like, how she talks to me. I'll be begging her, crying, pleading. She don't care.
Is social media helping or hurting your relationship with your family, your mom?
Social media, I feel like it's not doing nothing. I post on social media because I be bored. I don't really care about what the next person has to say about me, you know? But if you stopping my money, that's when I care, you know?
You have a good head on your shoulders, at least.
Stopping her money.
Yeah, I'm trying.
You're a smart young girl.
Thank you.
Are you looking to go back to high school? You'd like to, yeah.
Yeah, because I hope I say it right. It's called, when I get older, I want to be a defense attorney, and I have to go to school for that. So I'm not going to do this shit forever. This shit, no. In 2 months, I'm not going to be doing this. Trust and believe. This is not. Yeah, I'll probably have regulars, but I'm not going to be standing on Fig or any other blade because no. And then going on Fig, they be harassing me. They be talking about, you 13, get off the blade. Like, I was just on the blade, this was like 3 weeks ago, and these girls, and no, that video is not me, them girls jumping me, that's not me. But these girls have seen me, and I was like, that's that little girl, and I put my head down. And when I tell you, like 3 minutes later, all the girls off every blade in the 70s came to my blade and started just yelling, started throwing shit at me, started doing all type of shit, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I hid behind a car. I didn't run because they're gonna start chasing me. So I hid behind a car and I ducked. And I called the girl I was with, because I don't have no pimp. So the girl I was with, I'm like, can you come get me? They harassing me, they finna call the police. Oh yeah, and I got the trick car, and one of the girls had banged on the trick car and was like, she's 13, you're fucking on minors, da da da.
Struggling to pay off your debt?
So she said that they were messing up her money down there on the blade. And I guess that's the strip or whatever down there in Las Vegas. I don't even know. But she said they was messing up her money. And so all the women, like, I guess was about to jump on her. They were throwing things at her, trying to get her out of there because she was 13 years old. And I'm going to share something with you. Shout out to those women who was trying to get her out of there. The throwing this stuff was not good, but shout out to those women who were trying to get her out of there. But that didn't stop anything because, and let me share something with you. Those women who were trying to get out of there, they might have saved her life that night. They might have saved her life that night because you don't know what demon was coming on that strip to take somebody out. You don't know what demon was coming on that strip to take somebody out. You understand? When you hear stuff like this, your heart just breaks because this is a little girl. This is a little girl. 13 years old, and she's trying to be grown. She's trying to hide herself because there's nobody that showed her love like she needed to. Shay, I saw what you wrote in there, baby. I saw what you wrote. And I want to share something with you. It's going to be all right. You hear me? It's going to be all right. God put you in a path, on the path that you are now. You understand? Regardless of what you've been through in your childhood. God got you on a path where Mr. Contractor is signing all contracts, baby. You hear me? Signing all contracts and got you under his covering. So regardless of what your mama did, you hear me? Regardless of what happened or how she feel. God told you, I still got it. God said to you, you still my child. You still gonna make it. Regardless of what your parents are or what they did to y'all growing up, baby, you still here. You still here. Only take heed to just telling you don't pass it on to the kids. Don't pass it on to the babies. That heartbreak and pain that you went through with your parents, don't you pass it on to those babies. Let's go back to Nova. Here we go.
They finna call the police, and she like, hold on, I'm rolling the wood. And I'm like, girl, come get me. Like, the fuck, something happened to me. And she like, hold on, I'm rolling the wood. So I just walked. I started walking, and I walked to the little McDonald's. And I hid right there, and my phone was finna die. So I had to call people fast, and I called a chick, and he came and got me. But that's why I don't even like Fig anymore, because I'm traumatized from that. It was a lot of girls. Like, it wasn't just 5 girls. It was like 20 girls. Like,
Trying to chase you off.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't chase me because I didn't run.
But what is this, what you're doing, do to you emotionally?
Emotionally?
I mean, you're laughing and joking about it, almost like it's not that horrible.
Nah. I laugh because I got braces. Ever since I got braces, I just been smiling and shit. It's not even that. But,
sometimes people laugh to keep from crying. Sometimes people laugh to keep from crying. One thing I always noticed about myself when I was growing up, I always smiled. It was to hide the pain. I always smiled. It was to hide the pain. You could never tell that something was wrong with me until you see me explode. Then you knew something was wrong. Oh my goodness. And because of the rage I had in me growing up, you understand, when it came out, no one could quench that rage. Like when I was ready to explode, especially when I would fight when I was young. When I would fight, I would never, never, never just let you go. I would never just let you go. Like, you know how people break you apart, they trying to stop you, this and that. I would not let anybody pull me away. Because the rage in me growing up, you understand, I wanted to see blood on your face when I was growing up. The monster that was created in my mother's house, I wanted to hurt you because I was ready. The rage in me was a problem. You know, when I was growing up, once somebody gets you on the floor, right? Once they get you on the ground, you want to fight. Take heed would not just get you on the ground. I will stomp you. Stomp you. Because I wanted to see you hurt. I wanted to see blood come out your face, everything. I wanted to see you. You understand? I wanted to see you be in pain. Because of the rage. But the smile on my face, you couldn't tell. I always smile for everything. Everything. While I'm whooping on you, I'll be smiling. Because I'm happy I'm hurting you. Y'all remember the old desks back in the day? They don't have them no more. They would have the seat and the desk together. And you know those things was like just full metal. I remember swinging this thing across the room and smash this girl into the wall. And then after, not even after the desk and the chair fell, I was on her, pounding her. My teacher, who was Mr. Watson, shout out to this amazing man. He was a good teacher. He pulled me off of her. And I was still trying to fight because the rage in me was a problem. From the way that I was raised, I didn't even teach our children how to fight. I never wanted to see them fight anybody. I never wanted them to have the rage that I had. Do you understand? Like, if you fought me, you wanted to fight me, I would even warn you before we fight. I would tell you I'm going to hurt you. I am going to hurt you. Don't get in here and show off in front of all these people and think that it's going to go good for you. I'm going to hurt you. And back in the day, they'd be like, nah, B, nah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this. And while you talking all this cash money, I done hit you with a 2-piece and got you down already. And I ain't let you go. And the people in the crowd, oh no, don't stomp her like that. Don't stomp her like that. I didn't care. I didn't care. Because the rage in me would bring me there when I was young. I would think about all the horrible things that happened to me. And mind you, you was the person that you didn't do anything to me. You just came and poked the bear. As old as Take Heed is now, I regret a lot of things. It's because when you're not taught properly, you do nonsense. But when you teach these children properly and you tell them that they are loved, and you tell them that they're going to be somebody, and you tell them that Yahweh sees them, that all their dreams and aspirations will come to pass, it's a different kind of hit. It's a different kind of hit. My oldest daughter always say, Mama, I wish I was like you, Mama. I wish I was like you, Mama. You so tough, Mama. You so tough. She always tell me. And I tell her, baby, I wish I was like you. You are so smart. You are articulate. You are amazing. You put yourself in college. Mama didn't know anything about college. You put yourself there. Everything I wanted to do growing up in school, be in plays and do all these things, you did all these things. You want to be like Mama, but Mama wanted to be like you. Mama wanted to have a mother who loved and cared for her. Mama wanted to have a mother who cautioned her. Mama got dealt a wrong hand, a bad hand, but you did not. So I'm proud of you. Don't get me wrong, she do some stuff that had me looking at her two-sided. But I gotta understand that she is in womanhood and she's going to do things on her own. But like I told her, anything that you do, be advised, it's your responsibility. Not me and your daddy. Not me and your daddy. You on your own. You understand? We'll be there to give you advice, but any mistakes or any decisions that you make, baby, you got to take accountability for them. My heart goes out to Nova because she's 13 and she don't know no better. And her mama act like it's all her making, that Nova chose this life. But when you get in here and teach these children foolery, do you understand? When you get in here and teach these children foolery, this is what they will continue to learn. Charlie, Lady Boss, thank you, baby, for that $15 super chat. I greatly appreciate you, honey. You the first donation of the morning. Thank you so much, baby. I appreciate you. Let's get back to Nova. Here we go, honey.
It don't really affect me. The only thing that really affects me is like with these dudes. Like I look at them, I don't look at them the same anymore. Like I don't even want a boyfriend anymore. I used to want a boyfriend so bad, but it's like, no, like we can be friends. You can give me money, but
You probably see men differently now.
yeah. Mm-hmm. And then like just with what I'm going through, having barely anybody at nighttime, that's when like all like my emotions come. You know, that's when everything that I've been feeling, it comes, and I start crying. And just get depressed, and then I smoke and act like it never happened. And it's like when shit happen, it's like I'm numb. And I don't know why it's like this, and it's crazy that it's like this. But it's like when it happened, it already happened.
She said, I just smoke and I become numb. Late in the midnight hour, she said, this is when it hit me. My life hit me. That's mostly, let me share something with you ladies. My sisters, y'all understand. When shit is going wrong in your life, that's when it hits you in the night. Because that's when your mind is just, you idle. That's when shit hits you at night. This baby is thinking about all the Johns that she done messed with and all the foolery that she has been through. And so she said, it's hitting me at night. She said, but I smoke a little bit and I become numb to it. Cynthia, I see you, honey. Growing up, what's going on, baby? Here we go.
You feel me? So sometimes I can't even cry. And that's how people be like, oh, you just don't give a fuck. No, I don't know if nobody ever felt like this, but I just can't cry no more. The tears can't come out.
But where's your father?
I don't know. He's weird. I called him, my dad, he's a pimp. And I feel like he don't care because
That's what I'm talking about when I say you have chose this man wrongly. You were not wise when you chose this man. So more than likely the mama was out here working for the daddy. Okay? More than likely the mama was out here working for the daddy. And you will hear how ruthless the daddy is to his own blood. Check this out.
he's a pimp. And he already look at hoes like, you feel me? But my dad, he a gang member. He still be outside. He still be fucking with bitches and stuff. But he don't care about me. Like I called him, when I called him? I called him in July, like right before I got my braces. And
So,
right, fam, where are we going?
let me pause right there because I'm gonna shorten your name, baby. So SL says, I thought she said she wasn't into, the drug. Okay, I understand. So most people, when they smoking weed, they don't believe that that's drugs because it's from the earth. Most people, okay. So that's where we getting that from. That's why she said she smoke and become numb. Okay. So a lot of people now, you get in there and you smoke it, and so people believe that it's not drugs. Okay. So I just wanted to share that with y'all. Now let's continue. Here we go. Let's get in here. Let me see what they got going on. They got this little commercial. Here we go. There we go.
I'm like, Dad, can you come get me? He like, nah, I don't got time for your bullshit. And I'm like, I'm for real. He like, nah, I don't got time. And I'm like, but I'm for real. Like, can you at least take me home? Can you call my mama or something? He like, nah. And I'm like, all right. So I hung up. And I'm like, okay, he don't give a fuck. My mama don't give a fuck. So I don't give a fuck.
This is his offspring. He don't even care that this girl out here selling JJ because he a pimp and he a gang member. He don't care about nothing that happened with this girl. And the mama don't care about nothing that happened to this girl. Okay? This girl was not made out of love at all. Do you hear me? This girl wasn't made out of love at all. This is two people who was screwing and they can't stand each other. Your daughter tell you she in trouble. Come get her. She need a place to stay. And yet you didn't want to do nothing. Mama, you throwing this girl out, putting her in the street. She out here selling JJ so that she can live. I'll share something with you. When I was young, Take Heed used to run away a lot when I was young. I used to run away a lot. But I would run away to an auntie house. So technically, that's not running away, right? An auntie house, an uncle house, my father house, stuff like that. I would just leave, pack my stuff and leave. I remember one time, may my auntie soul rest in peace, I was living with her. And she threw me out. She threw me out. Because I was asking about money that the government was giving her for me and my son. And I never got it. So I would ask her and she was upset with me and threw me out. So I remember running to my father's house. Now, mind you, my father had threw me out of his house too. Okay? So I used to get thrown out. Back and forth, this and that. My mama place, to my auntie place, to my uncle place, to my father place. I used to get thrown out a lot when I was young. And I remember, y'all, I'm telling you, I remember how much I used to move when I was young and I was a teen mother. I remember how much I used to move. Oh my God, it wasn't even funny. And I remember when our eldest daughter, we got into like a big argument, right? Okay. She was 17 at the time. And she told me, I'm moving out. So she started packing up her stuff. And I see her packing up her stuff in her book bag. She took this little book bag. And I see her walking down the stairs all angry and everything and just upset. And I'm looking at her. And I had a flashback. I was like, this is me trying to leave the house. But when I was leaving, I had like a big duffel bag, like trying to leave and stuff like that. And she had this little book bag talking about she leaving, this and that, whatever. And guess what? She went across the street to our neighbor house. So the neighbor calls me and says, your daughter's over here. I said, please send her back home. So as she walked over to the house, she huffing and puffing and this and that. And all I could do was grab her and hug her and kiss her. I said, we have to talk. We have to talk. Because I can't just let you do what you want to do. We have to talk. You understand? And we had a long talk, and I said, I'm sorry that you feel that way because this is your father's house. You shouldn't think that you need to move out of anywhere. You understand? Because you upset with me. You don't like the way mama talking to you. And I said, you know what? I have to curve the way I talk to you because you're getting older. You're not a baby anymore. But I want us to understand we both have to be on the respect level. We both have to respect one another. And when I saw her, I just looked at her and I said, look at this little person. Mind you, our oldest daughter is short. So I said, look at this little short thing trying to walk across the street to go to the neighbor house and sit there and say she running away. And when I ran away, I ran away. Like I went somewhere far. Had money for taxi, everything like that. Okay? But she went across the street because she had never experienced nothing like that before. Because she always tell me, Mama, you so strong. I just wish I was like you. And I laugh because I wish I was like her. How independent she is. And I was independent, but I was more streetwise. This baby, when it comes to education, baby, she on fire. All the kids, they on fire. They good at what they do. But she always tell me, Mom, I want to be just. No, you don't. Mama has seen a lot. I've seen a lot. I never want my children to see the nonsense that I have seen. That's what you do as a mama. Just because you see nonsense doesn't mean your children is supposed to see nonsense. Just because you didn't grow up in a safe space doesn't mean your children supposed to grow up. You didn't grow up in a safe space doesn't mean your children supposed to live, in an unclean and unsafe place just because you did. You supposed to make life better for your kids. Let's continue. Now she's still talking about the daddy, and she talked about how the daddy didn't even want to come get her and she was in danger. Let's continue.
Your braces.
Me?
You're paying for your braces yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine you're making enough money to do that.
I mean, yeah. He only charged $250, and then like every month is like $50.
And you make that money on the track.
Yeah, but that's not where I get all my money from. Like Instagram, if people follow me, they know I sell content and stuff, and I make a lot of money off of that. Oh God, like.
What do you sell on?
I sell like sex tapes and like fucking.
A 13-year-old sells sex tapes. Charlie, baby, I see what you wrote in my chat. I understand. It's therapy for me too, baby. You understand? It's therapy for me too. So now she's sitting up there. She's sitting up there talking about she sells sex tapes and stuff like that. 13 years old. Oh my God. Let's continue.
Yeah, and like they like to see news. Some like to see me smile. Some like to hear me talk. It's just they like all type of stuff. They like custom videos. Like this nigga just sent me $500 last night for my feet, and my feet's not even done. It's weird.
Kids grow fast nowadays.
Yeah.
13.
If you had your life to live over again, your 13-year-old life, what would you have done differently?
Would never have with my mom. I would have been like, no, I'm cool, I'm good. And
You hear what she said? She just told the truth. She said, if I had to live my life over again, he asked her, what if you were able to live your 13-year-old life over again, what would you do? She said, I wouldn't live with my mom. I wouldn't live with my mom. I see you, Cynthia. I see what you put in here. She said, I wouldn't live with my mom. Let's continue. Let's continue.
really try to force me to go, like, I would have just told my granny, like, get her. Call the police on her. Like, get her. I do not want to go with her. That's what changed me, my mother. She, yeah. My grandma didn't
She said my mother
show me
changed
none of this
me.
stuff.
And your grandparents are no longer able to take care of you?
They're still alive, though, but my grandpa, he has gout. They both have gout. They could barely walk. Like, but my grandma, they still be going to Vegas. They still be having their little fun, but they just don't want to take care of no kids. She, like, right after my mama had me and my brother, she gave us to our grandparents. And then my mom went to jail. And that's when my grandma got custody of me and my brother. She went to jail when I was like 4 for fraud. She's but yeah.
Huh. It's a very interesting life you're leading, Nova. Nova's your street name?
Yeah. Not really street name. Because Nova, it means star. Like, you're going to be a star. Like, I'm going to be a star, you know?
I believe it.
Thank you.
You're smart.
Thank you.
He said, I believe it. That's probably the first person who told her, I believe it. She said, I'm going to be a star. He said, I believe it. Probably the first person who ever told her, I believe you're going to be a star. A stranger. A stranger who is doing this interview with this 13-year-old girl. My sisters, when you are not whole, you raise broken girls that turn into women. When you are not whole, you raise girls that turn into women that are broken. Let's continue.
Young girl.
Thanks.
You're just going through some
bullshit.
Yeah, yes you are. Well, hopefully this creates some opportunities for something good to happen in your life.
Right.
Are you feeling safe out there? It sounds like you're going through some crap already.
I'm protected by God. That's who I really like. That's who I really trust. Like, that's who I put all my trust in, God. I don't really trust no human being. Trust the Holy Spirit.
Do you have any friends?
Yeah. Yes, my mama posted them on the internet. So, like, it's like I can't even have any friends anymore because my mom is going to post them and she's going to push them away. Because who wants to get posted?
Right.
Talking about, oh, my daughter's missing. You have my daughter. You're harboring a minor. Like, cut it, man.
Okay, we need to talk about this article.
So, Lord, that is the end of Nova video. Shout out to Soft White Underbelly. That's the end of Nova's video. Guys, I know that was hard to take in today. Oh my God. That thing broke my heart, honey. Do you hear me? But this is the stuff that content creators who have been around a long time, longer than Taki has talked about. You have some amazing content creators that I always mention on my roster on a daily basis, and they talk about this foolery and how children are mistreated. Take Heed just jumps around in certain stories and stuff like that, and anything that I can connect with, then we talk about. And then sometimes we do a little gossip here and there. But anytime that Take Heed comes and do a live, it will always be something that is a teaching moment. Even when we clown, there will always be something that there is a teaching moment, even when we clown. These babies need love. They need love and attention. Because what makes this 13-year-old girl believe that it's okay to be hoeing? What makes her believe that it's okay to be hoeing? While the mama gets in there and say, not me. Shout out to Mr. He said, not the mama. Now, I want us to understand where this nonsense comes from. The women from back in the day, before the crack era, okay? The teaching that the melanated community needed got lost within the crack era. We all know this, right? I always say this, but all the other content creators say it as well. The teaching got lost in the crack era. And so what we got was women who are independent that get out here and say, I don't need men. Men ain't shit. Men ain't gonna never be shit. I can raise my kids on my own. This was the teaching that we got. The real teaching that we needed, the people died off, or they ended up in some foolery, or it was time for them to be sent to glory and the teaching got missed. And so now all we have is older women that come to social media and teach the younger generation nonsense. I ran over a video, okay, on IG, okay? And y'all know this woman. Her name is Candy Staten, okay? She a gospel singer. Now, when I heard her say this, I was like, this is where this foolish teaching come from in our community. It's their error. It's their error. And this is why a lot of our parents didn't grow up with the right teaching. Ms. O said, this is why they need sisters like us. Amen. Amen. But when I heard this, I was like, she calls herself, I am the leaving queen, okay? She said, I don't play no games with no men. I'm the leaving queen. I left 5 households. Like that's a trophy.
I moved out of 5 houses to leave a man. I will leave you in I'm the leaving queen. I will leave you in a second. You just act like you want to act like you want to act like you want to hurt me or my kids. I'm out of there. Here, I moved out of 5 houses to leave a man. I will leave you in I'm the leaving queen. I will leave you in a second. You just act like you want to act like you want to act like you want to hurt me or my kids. I'm out of there. Here,
So when I saw this, I put up a comment and I said, this is nothing to brag about. I told her directly, this is her page. I said, this is nothing to brag about. If you chose better, you would not have labeled yourself the leaving queen. This is the uncomfortable truth. Why do you think it makes sense for you to bounce from 5 houses? This woman is 85 years old talking like this. Why do you think it makes sense for you to jump from 5 houses with your children? I am the leaving queen. You got to see the comment section on how a lot of the women were responding. Somebody put, yes, leave them, value yourself. Somebody said the leaving queen. Okay, now somebody else said, she's me. I'm definitely a leaver. Okay, we're applauding bullshit. We're applauding bullshit. Okay, act like you want to act, like you want to act, like you want to act. Hurt me. Okay, somebody quoted her. Okay, I'll leave a ninja and never return, then say that's why you can't keep a man. A man can't keep me, baby. That's what she said, another woman. Okay, she the only one I have heard from her generation saying this. Many of them are mistreated, abused, and stay. I applaud her. It takes strength to say you deserve better and to actually act on it. It takes strength to say you deserve better. What about if you chose better? Why did you have to leave 5 homes? What about if you chose better? Nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about that. They always believe the generation of old, all the women went through all this type of suffering. They always believe that. When there was some healthy melanated marriages, they always believed that all the marriages of that time was evil. Okay? You always get the younger generation to believe that. Listen to me. Just like they got hoism today, shout out to Kosha, they had hoism back then too. Okay? They had hoism back then too. Just like they have some good women today, they had good women back then. Just like they got bad women today, they had bad women back then. Bad women breed off bad women. Let's talk about it. Now, somebody say, yes, left my ex after 33 years at the age of 55. After Kevin Samuels came for me on one of his lives and told me I would die alone. She said, I'm 60 now, and he was right. I will die alone because we all will. But what I ain't is lonely in the meantime. I'm out here just glowing and glowing. 60, 60, 60, 60. You left your husband after 33 years of marriage. Let me give you a hand clap. After 33 years of marriage, girl, you're going to find you a good man, girl. You're going to find you a good man. After 33 years of marriage. Girl, there's somebody out there for you, honey. That's the Disney effect. There's somebody out there for you, honey, that's going to find you, baby. She said after Kevin Samuels, may his soul rest in peace, had embarrassed her on his show. That mean you called in. That mean you called in. That mean your ass called in to talk to Kevin. May his soul rest in peace. He didn't beg you to call. Okay, somebody said, men think we are pressed about getting married, having a man in our lives. Little do they know, she is a lot of us. Use a damn lie. Use a damn lie. See, this is the thing. Women will help other women stay single. Women will help other women stay single. They will always give you this false narrative that, oh yeah, it makes sense for you to be alone. It makes sense for you to grow old by yourself. Take heed would never give up the pillow fight nights with my husband. Take heed will never want to give up the biting matches that I had with my husband. Take heed will never give up, okay? Never give up all the sweet things my king say to me in my ear. I would never want to give up those special times and how we're growing old together. That when we first met, no gray hair in sight. And now, sister girl got gray hair looking like Corella DeVille with that stripe in the middle. My king got salt and pepper all over his face and his head. Y'all lie to these girls, and then when they get a certain age, they say they wish they had known better. Don't ever make me choose between you or me. I'm the queen of self-preservation. I'm the queen of self-preservation. Please don't ask me for no relationship advice. I'm a leaver real quick too. No hesitation. Y'all proud of yourself. Let me give you a hand clap. Let me give you a hand clap, damn it. Y'all proud of yourself. We all know this is melanated women, right? We all know this, right? Y'all be the most dysfunctional, okay? Here's another one. I only want other women had this energy. I only hope, she was trying to say, I only hope other women had this energy. No. We don't hope other women had this energy. Y'all crazy. Okay? Now, somebody said, I will leave in the middle of a conversation. If someone is acting crazy, I put my peace above all. What you mean? When he's trying to give you a correction because y'all doing nonsense? Somebody said, leave him. Portia. Y'all know Portia, famous Portia that was on Atlanta Housewives. Portia. I got a clip for her. She talking about leave him. Y'all remember she was on The View talking about if you not happy, just up and leave your husband, this and that. I got a clip of sister girl crying on a People magazine interview talking about that ever since she got divorced, that she can't find no man. Ever since she got divorced, she can't find no man now. She's lonely. She sit in her house and she just be lonely walking around her house, and she was crying. That makeup was flowing down her face. See, this is the uncomfortable truth that they don't tell y'all. They just tell you, leave your husband. Leave him. You're going to find somebody better. Where? Where's Sway? Some of y'all put in your mind that, oh, it's okay to leave him even when he's a good man. Some of y'all get on social media, I'm leaving him. I'm going to leave him. He's a good man, though. I'm going to leave. Y'all told women, listen, it's okay to leave him. It's okay to leave him. It don't matter if he's a good man. It's okay to leave him even if he's a good man. You thought that sounds smart, right? You know that sounds smart, right? I know, some of y'all, yeah, you think that sounds smart. Okay. Now, this is a man in here. He says, teach Candy, hearts run free. Oh, you need to go sit down. We know what team you playing on. Okay? Where did she find 5 men who had their own house asking for a friend? Oh, that's nasty. I'm out of here. Okay? I'm out of here, somebody said. Somebody said she's an Aquarius. What's the sense of sharing that? Somebody said that. That's somebody with common sense. What's the sense of sharing that? Yes, take heed, want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. I have found the one who represents my very essence. I am not alone. Oh, because Candy said that she is the leaving queen. You connect with her. I'm the leaving queen. She 85 years old with grown children. And she has nobody. 85. Oh wow, look at that. Look at me aging so gracefully with all my self-worth intact. A lot of y'all believe that these women like this, that talk like this be the boss chicks. These be the ones that cry in the bathroom with the shower on. Tell me I'm lying. These be the women who cry in the bathroom with the shower on, because you want to know why? There was a man who wanted her, who was her teacher, but she was too stubborn to see that he was the one. Let's be clear. She was too stubborn to see that he was the one. And let me share something with you. When you come across that man, years pass and he's doing well, your heart drops. That's the story they don't tell anybody. Your heart drops because you know you have messed up. But let's get these old biddies out here to teach y'all something. Yeah, that's right. That's right. No matter if he's good, leave his ass. No matter if he's good, leave him. Your happiness mean everything. Leave him. I think I finally found my people. Hey, y'all. That's another one. Okay. I once packed up my whole house and moved out while my ex was at work. And your song, Young Hearts Run Free, was on repeat the whole time. Wow. Ain't that something? Son of Moses, thank you, baby, for the 50 jewels. I appreciate you, honey. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Somebody said, baby, you better listen to Auntie. I bet she owns so many sneakers. Why listen to Auntie? Why listen to Auntie? Why are you listening to Auntie? Auntie signed a contract from when she was young and she didn't have a covering. She signed a multi-million-dollar contract from when she was young that she still is paying off. She's still paying off the contract that she signed when she was young. She said she just started receiving royalties of her own now at age 85. Where they do that, Sway? Where they do that at, Sway? Where do they do that at? The Queen of Leave, that's what they said. Young hearts run free. Young hearts run free forever. Somebody said, I needed to hear this. You lost your mind. You needed to hear what? Too funny, but understandable, somebody says. No. This is dumb. This is dumb. This is dumb. I'm sorry. This is dumb. Okay? This is dumb. Now let's get Portia in here because Portia was in here, you know, she's in the comment section. Let's get Portia in here. Let's get her in here. Yes, let's get Portia in here because she was saying some foolery. Let's get her in here because she's like, yeah, leave him. Leave him. I'm the leaving queen. That's what she said. She said she the leaving queen. All right now. Let's get your video in here, Portia. Let's see how you was sounding, baby. Okay? Because you sound like you was broken. Let's see how you was sounding. Oh, I'll just leave him. If you unhappy, leave him. Let's see how you were sounding when they were interviewing you, baby. Here we go. Shout out to People magazine. Here we go.
lonely. I can't connect with other men. It's like people trying to introduce me, but it's just when it's not the same, it's not the same. So I'm gonna do it different this time. I'm gonna be alone until I'm whole, and then when I'm whole, then I will, open myself back up so I don't make the same mistake again. When you go through a bad enough breakup, you're like, I don't like nobody. Like, you're like, I don't like nobody. I was sitting there, I was like, do I like women enough? Can I get with a woman? Like, who can come in and fill this void? Like, oh my God, somebody. I have got to be able to sit with someone and feel a part of what I felt with him. But I don't yet. It'll come. It'll come. But I'm like, and I think that now that I'm realizing that, because what I've decided is that I'm not going to look for it anymore. So I'm not going to like push myself into dating or anyone or trying to figure out, who do I like, who could I be around, because this is probably also part of healing. I mean, just sitting with this, sitting with being alone, sitting with the loss, and let myself heal the loss. And I know I'm crying right now, but I feel good every day, each day. I get better each day. I feel stronger. But I ain't gonna lie, it's hard. It's hard living alone.
Each day you feel stronger, right? But you're the same woman who recently called ICE on your ex-husband. Sounds a little devilish to me, doesn't it? You're healing though, right? Now listen. Listen, you do what you do. You do what you do. I want to say alleged. I ain't got no money if you sue me. But out of your own mouth, you spoke the truth. You can't find nobody. Y'all divorce your husbands talking about I want to be happy, when happiness is an inside job, and a lot of y'all mess that up. Happiness is an inside job. If you want change in your marriage, it starts with you. It is not your job for your husband to make you happy. When we were on vacation down in the motherland, okay, we was back home in Nigeria. I don't even know why we call it vacation, but we went home, okay? So I remember being sad. I was not happy. And only why I wasn't happy is because I didn't get what I wanted to do. My king spoiled me, so I get a little irate sometimes when things don't go my way. And then he has to come in and correct me and say, wait a minute now, you're going too far. So I call myself being sad, and he looks at me and he says, what's wrong? I said, I'm unhappy. He said, is there anything that I can do? I said, nope. Happiness is an inside job. I gotta make myself happy. You ain't do anything wrong. You told me what this trip was for. And I'm acting like a baby. And he looked at me, he stood back. He said, so you really assessing yourself like this now? Are you serious? I don't have to come in and correct you like that? You just know that you're doing some nonsense. I said, yes. He said, all right now. And I laughed. Now, he didn't say it like that, because my king don't talk like that, okay? But in that African tone, okay? Just imagine an African tone, and then that's how he said it. So now you hear Portia talking about, I'm just lonely. I don't know if I want girls, okay? Now, shout out to, let's get in here, because thank you so much, my dear, for the $15 super chat, baby. I want to get in here and acknowledge that. I greatly appreciate that. Charlie, Lady Boss, thank you, baby. I want to get in here and acknowledge that first. Now, I got this clip, okay, on YouTube, and it was funny. I wanted to play it. Here we go. Listen, there's no pun intended to anybody who is skinny. I just thought it was funny, okay? Now, I want you to hear this as well. Charlie, thank you for the $15 super chat. Here we go, baby. Here we go.
Love him, or you just love the fact that he touches parts of your coochie that no other man has ever touched?
Who said that?
Who said that?
Who said that?
Why would you say such a thing? Oh, people are so rude.
Do you love him?
Sometimes you have to answer that question for yourself. Do you really love this man, or is it just parts of your coochie that he touched that you love? Ain't that nasty? That's nasty, okay? Check out this right here, okay? Check out this right here. This is an oldie but goodie. This is an oldie but goodie. Check this out.
I'm a good black man. I'm dead if I let him go anywhere. I always said I never fight over man, but you let me have a good black man and the bitch can't say shit to me because she will get ass kicked. I don't play it. Let me find me a good...
She said, let me find a good black man. She said, I'll never fight over a man, but baby, a good black man? Baby, a good black man. I ain't never fight over a man. But let me find a good black man. Sister, I understand. I understand. I understand. I'll be ready to go to war for mine. I understand. Now, thank you, Charlie. I appreciate you for the $15 super chat, baby. Thank you so much. So the next video I want us to get in on, and I thought this was crazy. Now, y'all know Cassie is about to get sued. Y'all know, right? And check this out. Tasha K has been dissecting this whole foolery about Cassie, okay? Tasha K has been in here dissecting all this foolery about Cassie. And I'm going to share something with you. Is Take Heed sad that Cassie about to get sued? I'm not sad. I'm not sad at all that she about to get sued. Here, listen to a certain part of the video that this brother said. Check out what he said.
A sex worker, he said that he got paid $5 million because he contracted herpes.
Did he? From Cassie, did he? I believe him. When I saw that interview, I knew that the things he was saying was the truth, because I didn't see Jonathan Odie's interview till 2021. And when I saw it, he said I was a sex slave for Cassie. It was like, oh my God, this guy's talking about my life. This was me.
He was making this shit up because he was like trying to kill Trump, and then he comes out with this interview talking about, yo, I was a sex slave, and we're looking like, what?
He was younger. He was more attractive. You know, just like me, I'm older now, but at the time I was bigger, I was younger, I was more attractive. It was easier if you were in that lifestyle and you had a certain type of body, the physique, the chest, the arms. It wasn't really hard to be noticed by the right people. So I got noticed by Cassie, and that was pretty much history.
And let's be clear, Diddy had came to him, we're going to say alleged, because everybody swear that Cassie was just so innocent. Let's be clear that Diddy came to this man that you just heard a few minutes ago and told him that Cassie said you were the best dick she ever had. And so since he was that good, they kept him on the roster for Cassie. They kept him on the roster for Cassie. So when we get in here and we're judging Diddy, let's be advised that Cassie was a part of the foolery too. But nobody mentioned she was a part of the foolery because then y'all got to deal with the colorism. You understand? Y'all got to deal with the colorism if you say she was a part of the foolery. Because when Kim was alive, everybody act like they didn't see what was going on. Here's another one.
Me out of his own mouth. He says, listen, she said you were the best penis she ever had in her life. Wow, really? He said, yeah. He said, yo, she wants you to come back. She just needs some time to rest.
You were, according to you, the main one that Cassie called for almost 10 years of the relationship.
8 years, because I don't want you to be sued for anything. 8 years.
8 years, okay.
I'm in the actual freak off it. Several of the videos, unfortunately, are me covered in baby oil in a room with Cassandra Ventura. I was called by Cassie to have a sexathon. And basically, the goal of this sexathon was for one of us to last the longest. Whoever lasts the longest was going to become her main boy toy. Tasha K, I see your face. This is the truth. So for 2 days, myself and Daniel Phillip, we participated in this sexathon, Sex and Cassie. Daniel Phillip hung in there, but I think Wednesday morning actually, I think the morning of the wrap up of the thing, he finally couldn't participate anymore. Not because something's wrong with him. He had been up 2 days. He's back to back having sexually. He was tired. So he couldn't perform anymore, but I still could. So I finished her off, I end up winning. Then he comes out the room after he carries her in the other bedroom. He pays Daniel Phillip. Daniel Phillip leaves. He comes to me. He tells me out of his own mouth. He says, listen, she said you're the best penis she ever had in her life. Wow, really? He said, yeah. He says, yo, she wants you to come back. She just needs some time to rest. I said, all right. Now, I had been there too.